Good evening, race fans. Welcome to CRN's live coverage of the Virtual Velocity Racing Xfinity Series / O'Reilly Series, as we are here at the Watkins Glen International, the road course. Going to play host to tonight's event, and should be a good one out here, and we'll see who's got the hot shoe right now. The drivers out there getting their qualifying laps in. They had 15 minutes to do so, but I believe only 2 laps to try and get it in. But you see how much off the track they can go, as Ryan Kelly just finished up his second lap right there. But it's not going to be the case in actual NASCAR, from what I believe I've been seeing. I think they're really tightening up out of turn number 1 for sure. I don't know about out of the carousel, but here tonight, it's kind of boys have at it and go after it as much as possible. But you have to get back on track before the rumble strips end, or iRacing will give you a penalty for doing so. And you see right there, if you blow through the bus stop, you're gonna have to go through the cones there as well. But hopefully you don't have to worry about that. Hopefully you just keep that thing in between the lines here and have a good time, as I'm sure the road course specialists will do. And that's what we're gonna, I'm sure, see, kind of filter their way to the front here tonight. Carl Lambert joined in the booth by Jimmy Covert. Jimmy, we've certainly had our fair races here at Watkins Glen in quote-unquote oval cars. We had plenty of races here in the GT style cars as well. Obviously the Watkins Glen endurance race here is a fun one, but they handle a little bit better than these stock cars.
Yeah, I mean, the stock cars here, I mean, it can be fun. It's just getting used to how the weight transfers, and we see a lot of the drivers, battling these cars here. So you see Robert Kahn trying to get out of the final corner there for his qualifying, and I think we're going to see, who can survive the track tonight and who can be more consistent. Obviously, a little smaller field here tonight with a few drivers out for real life activities, and but we're going to have a great race here with the Virtual Velocity Racing League, and we're going to go ahead and get this thing here started here soon. Got about 30 more seconds of qualifying, but everybody is in the pits, so we're just kind of waiting there. You can see the 15 drivers that have gotten laps in and where they're sitting right now. So it looks like Ty Marasco will be your provisional pole sitter here for the next 20 seconds. So unless there's a ghost out there running, he should be in that top spot. So, but it's going to be a good one. It's always difficult, especially the start, getting kind of spread out, fitting in and taking these lines on them cold tires. Go ahead and bring up the race info here for everybody to see, and you can see that the track temperature outside is 68 degrees, and the track temperature is 87. So tires, we're going to take a little while to warm up, so hopefully they keep things. Actually, now that things have shifted to the race, the track has even gotten a little cooler. It's down to 78 degrees, so it's in front of your eyes. Time lapse there for the drivers, and getting ready to go green here. But before we go green, obviously we need to go down the rundown of how your favorite driver might have qualified here tonight with a Virtual Velocity Racing, and it's going to go to Ty Marasco for your pole sitter, Ryan Kelly on the outside, and then Colin Allman, Mike Hasty, Cole Spaulding, Eric Blount, John Garrett, Brandon Muir, Tyler Hilton, and Robert Kahn for your top 10. And then towards the middle of the field, towards the back, it's going to be Gordon Larson, Todd Merkel, Michael Taylor, Robert Smith, Hilton Young, Cade Green, DJ Mitchell, and Michael Pratt for your 18 drivers here at Watkins. And might be a little smaller field, but there's plenty of cars out there to give each other the challenge here. Going to be no cautions, just local cautions, so it should be 40 laps, and we'll have a winner here at Watkins Glen.
What we don't have out there is your points leader, Dalton Kilroe, not in the field here tonight. He comes in with a 137-point lead over Mike Hasty, Brandon Muir, Eric Blunt, Sean Wilder for your top 5, Paulson, Poston, Pratt, Mitzel and Merkel for the top 10 in the points. So a good chance, certainly, for drivers like Hasty to get up there, maybe gain some points back as he's starting up there in 4th position. Brandon Muir looks like maybe starting from the pits. He is in the session here. No qualifying lap. Actually, he did put in a qualifying lap. Was supposed to be starting up there in 8th, but looks like maybe choosing to start from the pits. We'll see how that works out for the 71. Another driver, I'm sure, looking to kind of capitalize here tonight and gain some points back for the final push, because there's only 6 races left, including this one here tonight, before we end the Xfinity / O'Reilly season and we go trucking for the second half of 2026. So looking forward to that and seeing what the other drivers have in store. But we got 40 laps on tap here tonight at the Glen, and hopefully it's going to be a good one for these drivers, and really just got to survive those first few corners, turn 1 through the S's for the first time, get those tires up to temperature, and better have those brakes up to temperature as well, because hard braking zone here into the bus stop for the first time through here, and you got to make sure you hit your marks, because the weight transfer through here, if you don't nail it, you're either going to just be pushing like a dump truck, or that back end's going to step out on you real quick, and it could be end of the race, because there is some runoff. But as quick as you start sliding, you're going to find the wall. You're going to find the tire barriers. You're going to have a bad time. So hopefully these drivers can get those tires nice and warmed up before they get to some heavy racing out here. But kind of maybe a bit of a surprise pole sitter here, as Ty Marasco able to grab the pole away from Ryan Kelly. We'll see if Marasco can start getting his way back into the standings here, as well as he started off the season fantastic, and unfortunately missed a couple races, and now is hopefully back and trying to make a charge to get at least back up into that top 10 in the points, at least get a win or a top 3 here tonight. But pace car lights are out. It's time to go racing, Jimmy.
Time to go racing as they come through the final corners of here at Watkins Glen. Going to round the corner and start this thing. And with it being a little shorter field, everybody should be out of the corner, and it does look like that is the case. And on the straightaway, and drag race down the hill, down into turn number 1. Who will survive as they go side by side? Ty Marasco looking to get out there to the front to get the clean air and no traffic. It does look like everybody is going to make it. I'll try to slide back through here, as it does get pretty tricky going up through the S's here. Go ahead and get the driver info on there so you guys can see who we're on board with. We're on board here with DJ Mitzel as he comes up through the S's, giving a little bit of room to the drivers in front of him, and better safe than sorry here at Watkins Glen, that's for sure. We'll go ahead and move up. We'll go hop on top of Eric Blount's car here, as we've got one car in the grass going through the bus stop, and that will be a slowdown there for the 8 of Tyler Hilton. So he just waits for a little bit of time to run off, get back going, but overall still pretty smooth there, and that's the only incident we've had so far. And as normal, back on schedule, not in the month of April. Looks like great racing here from VVR.
Yeah, finally we can say goodbye to April, and hopefully all the series can wake up a little bit and have some good racing, as looks like Cole Spaulding a little bit hot into the final corner there, and going to lose quite a few spots before he gets back going. But out front, Ty Marasco leads this thing. Ryan Kelly right on his back bumper, Colin Allman right there as well. And you see, looks like Marasco maybe trying to keep it a little bit tighter through the exit of the corner, and maybe trying to keep those tires underneath him, where Ryan Kelly really letting it drift out there, and trying to keep up here with the one early on. Mike Hasty, John Garrett round out your top 5. Then you got Blunt, Hilton, Larson, Merkel, and Taylor for your top 10.
Through the bus stop as they get the right, left, right, and you can see how much them cars will sway around going through there. I'll go back here with Cole Spaulding. Obviously, he had to kind of maybe take it easy a little bit, as slide will warm up your tires unevenly and could cause problems. So it might take a half a lap or so, get them tires back even, and get that thing moving forward again. So, but DJ Mitzel, talked about him a little early, already up 5 spots, Carl.
Yeah, I mean, if you're cautiously aggressive here on the opening laps. You can definitely make up quite a few spots here early, and looks like that is exactly what the case was for DJ Mitchell early, and a couple others as well. I mean, even Gordon Larson, Todd Merkel, both up 3 positions, as is Michael Pratt. Brandon Muir is out of the pits. Maybe not. Kind of like blinking back and forth for me. It looks like, there we go. Now it's working. For some reason, it was showing him as 0 laps and kind of counting down. And now it's finally back up and working. He is up to 16th position after passing Hilton Young and Robert Smith to start this thing out. So we'll see if Mir can kind of latch onto the back of the pack, start reeling some more in, and work his way back up through. Qualified in 8th again, but decided to start from the pits. But here tonight, we got a new leader. Ryan Kelly and now takes over first position over Ty Marasco. We'll see if Marasco can now hold on. And here's the pass for the lead.
Yeah, pass down the lead, down the backstretch right before the bus stop. And it is a scary situation. And just like that, Kelly able to hold that inside, give room to the 1, and make a clean pass there through the bus stop. Putting that number 13 out to the front here. But we'll go back live. See where the races is, but it looks like Todd Merkel has his hands full with Cole Spaulding. Is Cole Spaulding trying to get back up and make some of that time that he lost here, and obviously got 40 laps uninterrupted here tonight. And got to take care of your car. I'm sure they'll have a pit stop in here somewhere, maybe even 2, depending on how much fuel's in the car. And we know that VVR loves fuel strategy races. Jokingly, but right now tonight they're looking good. I mean, everybody's doing a fantastic job. Just small incidents here. I do see something by Robert Smith. We'll go back and check to see what happened. And this is down the front stretch, so maybe just off the track here through turn number 1. Oh, too much brake, or maybe downshifted a little bit too much. Go a little sideways, but no damage to the 08. And back forward he goes. And as we go back live, just seeing something with Gordon Larson as well. See if that's a similar situation. Now this is down the back stretch here, heading into the bus stop. And just a little bit, maybe too much brake, or downshifted at the wrong time. Sends that car off to the runoff. But again, another no harm, no foul. Single car accident, and back going the way, just losing a little bit of time on track. So good job for the drivers saving their cars, and hopefully they can make it up here through the evening. Ryan Kelly is now out to a 1-second lead after getting around Ty Marasco. Ty Marasco had a fantastic qualifying here tonight. Did see Colin Allman out there. I think for his qualifying, his early lap, he put it sideways, but came back out, got a great start for P number 3. You can see trying to cut that car, those corners at the bus stop as much as he can.
Yeah, I mean, both the cars that I've seen have the issues. You can lose it here at Watkins Glen and be safe if you know when you're losing it, if you can catch it right away. It is it's not easy, but these drivers are not exactly the worst drivers on the planet out here. They know what they're doing out here for the most part, and they've been catching it here plenty early. So good job here so far from the field. And it is Ryan Kelly out front, just ran the fastest lap of the race last time by the 1:14.14. And Ty Marasco in second, Colin Allman, Mike Hasty, Eric Blunt for the top 5, Hilton, Garrett, Spaulding, Merkel, and Taylor for the top 10. I would think, getting back to what you said there, I tend to think it's probably a one-stop race here tonight. The question is, when do you come in? Is really what it is, because you can come in before lap 20, you can come in right at lap 20, you can come in as late as possible. There's not going to be any cautions, so this is all driver's preference. Do you want to try and short pit? Do you want to cut this thing right in half? Do you want to try and take this thing as far out as possible and really have a good set of fresh tires on for the final run? It's dealer's choice here tonight.
It's kind of like them races where they don't have to worry about necessary caution and losing spots on the track, maybe coming in early and a chance to go on a lap down. Here tonight, obviously, you can come in, you could pit, and you could get back out there before the pack comes around now. It does take a little over a minute to get around this track, about 1:15 average for the most part. There's going to be some faster times in there early on, maybe some fresher tires. These drivers right now, the front is running 114s, and the middle is right around the 115, all the way back to 116s to the back here. So maybe some drivers just taking a little bit easier and saving some tire. Here is Michael Pratt. Sound like a bad downshift there. Gonna send the 77 around right there at the final corner. So just losing a little bit of time, not too much damage, I don't think, for the 77.
It don't look like too much there, so gonna get back going. And this is a track where it's almost kind of like a short track where you can get around there with a little bit of damage, and you're better off, if it's damage to the front end, kind of like Michael Pratt is most likely has. If anything, it's right on the front end there. And when you have it towards the tires, if it doesn't give you a meatball already, it can be just a little bit tough to handle. Maybe going left, maybe going right, depending on which tires are affected. But if you damage it right in the front, it may be a little bit slow down the back stretch. But I mean, other than that, you should be fine. You should be good to go to run here tonight. And we'll see what these drivers can do. Is still got plenty of racing yet to go, as we are on lap number 8 of 40. But I'm really interested to see what these drivers are going to do for pit stop strategies, because it's even a possibility, Jimmy, to just take 2 tires. Maybe you decide to take left tires here tonight. 40 laps, I don't know. I kind of like to have a full set of 4 tires on my car.
Yeah, I think when the pit stop happens, you'll see drivers take 4 tires, definitely. And also, shout out to the fans out there, Barry and Sunshine Taylor, hoping that the 98 here in the Payday Machine has a great race. Yeah, welcome here tonight with the Virtual Velocity Racing League. And yeah, we're at Watkins Glen. Right now we are on lap number 8 of 40. Ryan Kelly is your leader. Ty Marasco, Colin Allman, and then Mike Hasty and Eric Blount for your top 5. Biggest mover of the race right now is DJ Mitchell, up 4 spots, back in P, number 13. And at number 4, Ray Bestis Machine.
I want to thank everyone for tuning in here tonight. If you haven't done so yet, hit that like and subscribe. Get you in touch with everything that we have to offer here at CRN. As we have the Thursday night doubleheader here tonight with Virtual Velocity Racing right now, and then we'll have the Core GT Series, as I believe they're heading across the pond, as DJ Mitzel almost headed it into the tire barrier there. Good save by the 4, but they're going to be heading to Brands Hatch tonight, and that'll be a tough one certainly for the GT drivers. But that will wrap up another week here on CRN once complete. But plenty of racing week in and week out here on CRN, and going to have some more coming up here soon with Pit Road Speed Limit Racing Series coming back in the next couple weeks as well. But for now, we got VVR here on screen, and a good one here. Haven't really seen too many incidents. A couple of drivers here and there just going for some slides. Probably the worst one that we've seen was Michael Pratt kind of nosing it into the wall. But other than that, they've been keeping it between the lines. Maybe not. But Todd Merkel, I don't see any damage on the 2 at least. Maybe just another slide off the track.
Yeah, just a little off track there for Todd Merkel, but keeping that 2 straight and clean, considering his laps here. And you try to get comfortable with these cars, and if you get too complacent, that weight shift can really grab you. And he was able to save it on that one. So good job there by the number 2 of Todd Merkel, currently back in P, number 11, and yeah. Closest battle on the track right now, though, is I think back with DJ Mitchell and Dean's a little bit farther back, so Gordon Larson right there in the Raptor 00. Was able to get around DJ there not too long ago, trying to get back up to where he started, as he's down 1 spot. So needs to skid up to Todd Merkel, and he'll be back up to P number 11. So see what the 00 here does tonight, as he is working his way, hopefully, back up to catch up to that number 2.
Well, a man on the move for sure is the number 71 at Brandon Muir. We talked about qualified 8th and started in the pits. He's up now already into the top 10, so a great start to the race. And maybe Muir just kind of wanted a challenge here tonight. Maybe wanted to pull the old Michael Pratt and give this thing a go from the back of the field. It's working out so far for him, and keeping that that number 71 nice and clean so far here in the race. Certainly looks like he's got a bit of a hang for Watkins Glen here tonight, but the man that is leading the way by 1.7 seconds is Ryan Kelly at the front of the field. Ty Marasco in second. They've kind of been the class of the field, pulling away quite a bit from Mike Casey, who was running in third, but 15 seconds adrift from the top 2 drivers right now. Eric Blunt, Cole Spaulding for your top 5. Then you got Hilton, Taylor, Kahn, Mir, and Merkel for your top 10.
You can see the Skittles starting to spread out on the track here, so not too many tight races here. Right at the moment, Michael Taylor has got a close company with Robert Kahn, number 21 here, but Michael Taylor is up 6 spots, so he's currently your biggest mover up there, P number 7, but Michael Kahn trying to get that number 21 Motorcraft machine around at the number 98, so yeah.
I want to thank our sponsors here for the series, Goldline Guardians, Fort Worth Screen Printing, Hilton Crafts and Designs. And from what I've been seeing on Facebook, at least, I know John Garrett's been posting quite a few pictures about Fort Worth Screen Printing getting on some of the truck series trucks for real life and stuff like that. So it's definitely pretty cool there for Fort Worth Screen Printing to get that name out there, not just virtually, but in real life as well. Unfortunately, Garrett maybe not having the kind of luck and the kind of drive that he wants here tonight. Started up there in 7th, but unfortunately lost 7 spots since then, back there in 14th right now in 60 with the 66. But he been on lap number 10, Jimmy. Now 30 laps could very well be in the books here. Maybe can make this thing 30 laps. I don't know. So maybe this was an extremely short pit stop for John Garrett. Maybe he had an incident that we missed. I'm not really sure, but he pit on lap number 10. We had some other drivers come in. Looks like Michael Pratt did come in on lap number 7. I'm assuming maybe that was to just get the damage fixed. But maybe these drivers can make it 35 laps. I'm not sure. I don't know. So I couldn't tell you. I'd be lying if I did. But right now, majority of the field is still out there and chugging along here. So great start here. And Ryan Kelly, since he's taken the lead, he's gotten out there to about like maybe 1.5. I think even 1.7 is the biggest lead that I've seen. But that's it. As it's been a pretty good run here from Marasco, just hanging back there, keeping him in line, keeping him in sights here, and got it down to about 1 second heading into the carousel as Kelly gets a little bit better of a carousel to stretch out the lead again to about 1.25 seconds. But good driving here by our 2 stars of the field here so far.
You're doing a fantastic job. You can see Kelly going in the pits here on lap number 13 as Tom Raskell reassumed the lead here on lap number 14. So your leader has come into the pits. Now this kind of begs I guess the question. I don't know if it's 35 laps, Carl, or maybe it is like like 15 or so, or maybe I don't think it would be 20, because I would think they would try to go halfway if they could do a 1-stop. So this might be, who knows, maybe a 2-stop race, and maybe that's why you've seen some of the early drivers come in on lap 10, 9. Well, okay, Allman's out. What happened to Allman?
I did not see he's got out there 8 laps, so 5 laps ago is lost him.
Go back here and see what happened. Oh, here he is. Scroll right on by.
Right, oof. Michael Pratt, I'm not sure if he, I mean, but I think I need to see it again, Jimmy. And if Michael Pratt was able to get out of pit lane, avoid the 67, and avoid the pit road penalty, that is pretty amazing, because for Michael Pratt, he has to keep it down inside the yellow line there until he gets to the blue cone. You see the 67 on the outside, gonna lose it after going up and over that curb, and you see the blue line coming up there for Pratt. He's got to stay to the right of that yellow line, and as soon as he gets there, exit stage left. I mean, what a drive there for the 77, and definitely a brown pants moment.
Yeah, it's nothing like coming out of the pits and seeing one of your competitors go across your nose, but pit stops have continued here as Ty Marasco now in with Mike Hasty, Cole Spaulding, Tyler Hilton, Robert Kahn, and Brandon Muir out there. Ryan Kelly coming past the pits right now. And it does look like Ty Marasco is going to get out in front of him, so I think we're going to do that one.
Looks like yeah, Ty Marasco was able to get out in front, but there's a reason. There's a reason for that, Jimmy, as no tires for the one out there for Marasco, and maybe elected to save a set of tires for later in this race, but he elects to go no tires here. Only an 8-second stop in the pits compared to Ryan Kelly, 15 seconds in the pits, and that's why the lead has changed. 3.5 seconds now, and now Marasco is going to be out there, and I'm sure Ryan Kelly will work on running him down and get around him as quick as possible to utilize those new tires. Looks like DJ Mitzel going to pick up a black flag, and I believe it was exiting pit lane. It was after he was already in, so he had to come back in to pit lane to serve a penalty. That's going to drop him way down in the field. Eric Blunt now is going to bring that number 6 into the pits. That just leaves 3 other drivers, but now Taylor going to come into the pits as well. Merkel and Larson, actually, sorry, missing a couple others. Merkel, Larson, Green, and Smith yet to come into the pits, but we're going to check off a bunch of those boxes here this time by. Also this time by, Ryan Kelly, new fastest lap of the race, 1:13.46. He's got the bit in his teeth. He's trying to run down this one.
Yeah, chase him down. The thing is how much abuse is he going to put on his tires. It does look like they will be stopping again. You know, the longest one that was out there was lap 15, so you know, that only takes him to 30, so it might even, you know, it'll only be a 40-lap race. So yeah, the stop there, the early stop by John Garrett at 10 might be the call for fuel, and just kind of come in, you know, a little bit earlier and get them tires, and then get back out there, because he knows he's going to need to make one more stop after this. So yeah, looking good here though so far. All these drivers need to get is like another, looks like 10 laps in to make it to the point where, you know, when they come in, they should be good to go. But on the inside there's the leaders go by, and that's the 08 of Robert Smith. Robert Smith doing the sportsman thing, letting everybody go by. Hey, I'm a little bit slower than y'all. Go ahead and take this thing.
Lead already down to 1.4 seconds as Kelly is chipping in big chunks here. Last time by 1.2 seconds faster than that Ty Marasco on that lap, and shows you how much those new tires mean. But, you know, how quickly will he even out as well? Because eventually that is going to be the case. We'll see if Marasco can hold him off as long as possible. Spaulding doing a good job after the early incident. He's hanging up there in 4th position. Mike Hasty is the one that's hanging on to 3rd. Eric Blunt for your top 5. Then you got Tyler Hilton in 6th. John Garrett trying to hold off a hard-charging Brandon Muir right now. Has gotten back to his starting spot in 8th, but still hunting for more.
So everybody all spread out here right now. Nobody really in close striking distance. As I said, I see that Cade Green, looks like Robert Smith is headed in the pits in the 08. So Cade Green was able to pick up a spot along with DJ Bitzel back here for 14th and 15th. And it does look like Smith has gotten a black flag for his pit entry.
Fortunately, it can happen quickly here, and just like that, you know, I don't want to say a race is ruined, but it's going to be tough to make, you know, a comeback with a 40-second hold. Even if it was a drive-through, it's still a big chunk that you're losing here to the field. And I mean, these leaders here, I got to give it to them. They are consistently putting in some fantastic laps. I mean, yeah, they're slow laps. They're you know, lower end laps are faster than a lot of the drivers in pretty much the entire field's fastest lap. So it tells you what they're doing out there. Really, the only one not inside the top 5 that's putting any kind of competing times in is Brandon Meir, putting in consistent 114 laps and doing a good job. But you see right here, the battle for the lead is about to be back on. Ty Marasco has it. Ryan Kelly wants it, and he wants to get those tires, those new tires, to work as soon as possible. And you see maybe another time where he's going to back up the S's here a little bit, try and get the run out, send it into the bus stop, and you see already working it back here, trying to let the car drift back and forth to keep the speed in as much as possible. Will he be able to send it? No, he's going to back out here in the bus stop.
And I think we talked about it last time we were here, Carl, about having that inside going into the bus stop. It really makes that driver very outside and very uncomfortable, and you really can really hold that inside line there going into the bus stop, and then give the driver room. And if he messes up, he usually ends up missing his braking zone, and then heading actually through the bus stop, while you make your way around it, and you know, you don't have to get any slowdown. But the battle continues to heat up here for P number 1, the number 1 of Ty Marasco, and the 13 of Ryan Kelly as they come out of the final stretch here, down the front stretch, and they are side by side with Kelly with the inside advantage.
Here's the battle that was we knew it was going to be coming, and it's not going to take too long as well, as easy as you like. And right around goes the 13, but maybe not. As the 1 doing everything he can to try to fight, but there he goes. Now the 13 is going to fully clear the 1 and get back to the lead. Now Marasco's got to try and hold on as much as possible. His you know, his deal is certainly not done at all, as these drivers do have 2 sets of tires in the pits, which kind of makes me wonder, and you know, makes me scratch my head a little bit, that Ty Marasco decided not to take tires on that pit stop, because they're going to make this thing, you would think, on 2 pit stops, but maybe it's a 3 pit stop race, Jimmy. I mean, I'm not really sure. These drivers pitting on lap number 14, that's, unless I'm mistaken, that's only a 2 stop race, or no, am I wrong?
Yeah.
The
3 times 15 is 45, Carl.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the math I thought was mathing, but I wasn't sure. But yeah, exactly. So, I mean, with Ryan Kelly, he pit on lap number 13, so he would technically be 1 lap short. But I mean, these drivers, a few of them made it out to lap 15, so I don't see why he wouldn't be able to make it just on 1 more stop here. So, yeah, it got Marasco the lead for a bit. Got in the bonus points if that's what he was going for, but right now it's going to be an uphill battle to try and get back past Ryan Kelly. And now you see, I thought Mike Casey was going to come in for a pit stop there. He was just getting loose. As Cole Spaulding is another one that's been charging up through the field here. He now takes over 3rd.
Yeah, you kind of wonder what would have been there with the 149 of Cole Spaulding, you know, having gotten a little bit loose and falling behind. And, no damage to his car or anything, just obviously you got to, you know, take your lumps and put on your working hat, turn it backwards, whatever you may do, whatever your thing is for racing, and they get out there and get the work done here. And tonight he's doing just that. He's made it way back up to E1-3. I should say back up to. He's now up 2 spots from the start. So doing fantastic things there in the 49 on Cole Spaulding. The biggest mover of the race, though, right now, goes to number 77 Michael Pratt at the moment. As well as got 19 laps to go here at Watkins Glen, as these drivers learn how to turn left and right tonight.
Well, we are past the halfway point here tonight, and I think it's about time, Jimmy, that we go ahead and turn this thing aside, give everyone out there in Sierra Nation a little love to hear it.
A little love to hear it.
Sights and sounds here from the Virtual Velocity Racing Xfinity Xfinity O'Reilly Series, as we've seen some meatballs flying here, as we got a couple of drivers that had some meatballs that had to be served. Looks like Tyler Hilton with a penalty that getting served right now. But out front, it is Ryan Kelly after the pit stops here, and it looks like Ty Marasco electing not to take tires all night. Maybe he's saving them for the rest of the season as he goes in there, doesn't take tires again, and unfortunately Ryan Kelly was able to get around here and remain in the lead, as this is kind of his race to lose at this point. Speaking of losing it, 49 of Cole Spaulding almost lost it there coming out of the final corner. 71 of Brandon Muir to the inside right now. Both these drivers have already pit. The man in third, Michael Taylor, yet to make his second pit stop. Should be seeing him come in probably this next time by, as Robert Kahn trying to work his way around Cole Spaulding, just not able to get inside just yet. So good battle here for 6th, 7th, and 8th. But once the pit stops are completed, it should be looking like Kelly, Marasco, Hasty for your top 3. Taylor, you see riding on board with them right now. Going to need to come in probably on this lap is when we'll see the 98 come in and make his pit stop. So that'll move Eric Blunt back up into 4th. And then that battle that we've seen for 6th, 7th, and 8th is actually going to be the battle for the top 5 here with Mir, Spaulding, and Kahn. Merkel and Garrett currently in the top 10. It's been a pretty good one out here tonight, Jimmy. We're down to 10 laps to go.
Yeah, down to just a few laps to go here at Watkins Glen, and about 10 minutes, a little over 10 minutes, as they're getting around here in about 1:15-ish, 1:16 here. Pretty average for your race pace. But yeah, Ryan Kelly out to a lead here and trying to hold on. It seems that time kind of coming down here, so maybe traffic playing a small factor here with the 13.
You see the two getting out of the way and ducking in to make his pit stop, as is Michael Taylor. Finally going to make their final pit stops here of the race. But you see the line back there to the one of Marasco, and he's close. He's inside 2 seconds, but he doesn't have the tires to do so. If it was role reversal and maybe Kelly decided not to take tires and Marasco took tires, then maybe we'd say something different. But I think it's just about all but done and dusted. But I mean, you've seen what lap traffic could do right there. It helped Marasco close the gap here. But with only 18 cars out there, the lap traffic going to get fewer and fewer, I think, throughout the rest of this race, especially the fact that we're running down the laps here, under 10 laps to go right now, and we're going to crown the winner here tonight for Watkins Glen. But either way, love to see the size field. I know it's a smaller field out here tonight, but still 18 cars getting out here at one point or another, but a couple more meatballs. Looks like Cade Green picking up a meatball, as is Hilton Young. Not sure exactly what happened, if they came together or not, but that could end up taking a couple more cars out of this race.
Yeah, I'll take a look here to see what happened with Cade coming off the bus stop and just a little bit too wide, catches that grass, gets down the inside, spins around down the inside on the access road, and still good right there.
It doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look like he did anything that bad, but it's the angle that he hit the wall right there and hurt the front right of that car. And I'm not sure, Hilton Young right behind him. I'm not sure when he had his issues, but it sounded like right there. Unless I'm mistaken, it sounded like the 38 just blew up. I'm not sure if he got stuck in gear or what the case was, but it sounded like the 38 blew up, and you see right there limping and end up towing back to pit lane. So we're down, looks like 3 drivers. Robert Smith probably going to finish back there in, well, actually, not sure, because looks like Cade Green is back out there, so did have a fast repair still for the 19 and got back out there. Hilton Young, I believe, had a meatball from earlier as well, so he may be done for the night. Colin Ullman is already done, finishing in 18th position here tonight. But out front, Ryan Kelly leads this thing now 2.5 seconds over Marasco. Hasty in third, Blunt and Mir. A great drive back up through the field for Mir, and you kind of wonder what he could have done had he started in 8th place instead of starting from the pits for whatever reason. But a great drive back up through the field here. and looks like top 5 definitely on the cards. I don't know if he can get up there any further. Mike Hasty, Eric Blunt, close to a battle right there. Actually, never mind. That is actually a battle between Eric Blunt and Brandon Muir. Just reading it backwards right there. You see the gap right there between 4th and 5th. So a battle possibly for 4th yet for the 71. The 72 of Mike Hasty is about 7 seconds ahead of these two right here. So the top 3 is off the table. As you see, Hasty going across the line when the other cars behind him are just entering the final corner. But yeah, some good racing all in all here tonight, and you definitely see some drivers using up every bit of track and then some. As you see Blunt coming back on the track there. Pretty sure that was probably a slowdown, or if not at least an X there for the 6 going and come back on a little bit too late there. But Brandon Muir will easily now take that position, move himself up into 4th.
So a few spots being fought for here. It looks like we just had a wreck there by Robert Smith here towards the back. So we'll see what happens with the 08 as he continues to struggle here just a little bit and trying to learn those angles and get a little better here at Watkins Glen. And just that transfer of the weight brings the rear end around, no control, going exiting the bus stop and trying to stay still and predictable and see if he gets rolling here. Pretty sure. And it does. Maybe. Who knows? Anyways.
He took it back to the plane, I believe.
Yeah, he did. I see that. I read it when he jumped to the pits. But yeah, great race so far. Ryan Kelly from from the front row was able to get around Ty Marasco and pretty much hold it for most of the race. Ty Marasco trying a little bit of a pit strategy, see if he can beat Ryan Kelly out maybe with just a 2-tire stop there in the beginning. I think that's what happened early on. But Mike Hasty sitting in P number 3, Brandon Muir in 4th, Eric Blunt in a top 5. Then Cole Spaulding, Robert Kahn, John Garrett, Gordon Larson, Michael Taylor for your top 10. And there's actually for that position, we got some close battle in there with Gordon Larson.
This is the battle for the final 2 spots in the top 10, 9th and 10th here, as the 08 goes a bit wide. The 98 trying to cash in a payday here of 9th place, getting around the outside here of the 08, or the 00, yeah, 00 of Larson. And they're side by side down the front stretch. You see Larson trying to hold on to that inside line. He's going to do so. Maybe a crossover here. Now the 98 is going to keep it out there wide, run it as far deep out there as possible. He's going to still stay side by side going up through the S's, and he's going to have the inside line here as Larson gives him a wide berth out there, and it is going to be Taylor winning the battle, at least at this point. We'll see who wins the war by the end of this thing. But the top man at the on the boards here is the 13 of Ryan Kelly, and certainly does not mind that Dalton Kilroe not here tonight. But I think, unfortunately, Ryan Kelly a little bit too far down the standings to make any kind of threat with only 6 races remaining in the schedule, including this one, as Kelly came in 17th in the points. But he came in just behind Ty Marasco, as Marasco was 16th in the points. I'm sure we'll see both of them move up the field a little bit in the point standings, maybe get a little bit closer to the top 10, and they certainly got the firepower to at least finish inside the top 10, but going to be tough to catch Dalton Kilroe. Now, Mike Hasty should be picking up a nice chunk of points here tonight. It came in again 137 points back, but currently running in 3rd. Be one of the drivers that we'll end up talking to at the end of this race if it holds as is. And we got less than 5 laps to go. It's actually only 3.5 laps right now for Ryan Kelly to get this thing done.
Yeah, a few more corners here at Watkins Glen, and these drivers will be finished up with yet another week here with the Xfinity Series. I don't know if they'll change it if they come back to these cars, but yeah, when we're done here with the Xfinity Series, they're going to take a small break, and then they're going to jump on over to the trucks. So, maybe there's some drivers out there that do okay here with the Xfinity car, and maybe they love the trucks. That could be the case. So we might see some newcomers maybe battling up towards the front over the current regime. But here tonight is all Ryan Kelly, Ty Marasco, Mike Hasty for your top three right at the moment. No current real close battles on the field. Everybody is at least 3 seconds. Or no, closest one is back there about the phone. He's the second back from Cole Spalding.
Once again, I want to thank everyone out there for tuning in. If you haven't done so yet, hit that like and subscribe. Get you in touch with everything that we have to offer here on CRN, as got the Core GT series coming up here in just a few minutes at Brands Hatch, as they'll be having their 1 hour race here tonight. But this one here was a doozy on the road course for some of the drivers. Had a few meatballs out there tonight, which can happen, as there's some space to run off on some of these corners, not so much on others. It's not the tightest track in the world for sure, but those walls can still creep up on you very quickly if you're not ready to kind of wrestle these stock cars around here. You see that's exactly what Robert Kahn's doing, coming out of that final corner, really working that wheel as he comes through the line, and he's going to have 3 laps to go in the number 21. But I mean, it's been a ridiculous pace. Actually, 2 laps to go, because I believe the leaders have lapped everyone but themselves. I think it's just the top 2 on the lead lap, unless I'm mistaken.
That top 3, Carl, is on the lead lap. It's Kelly, Marasco, Hasty, all within 6 seconds.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. About 6 seconds separate everybody.
So we'll see if Mike Hasty plays a part in the battle here for the win, but just really to stay from going a lap down. It looks like he'll be able to, as Ty Marasco, Ryan Kelly going to be coming across the line this time by, and we'll be getting that white flag, as you see riding on board here with Ryan Kelly. Barney frantically waving that white flag. 1 more lap around Watkins Glen International here, and Ryan Kelly can be picking up another win here on the season. And you know, the way the season started here, and just a quick pace for Ryan Kelly, picking up the win at Auto Club in the season opener. He won race number 3, won race number 5, and it just seemed like any race he was going to be at, and at least every other race he was going to be picking up a win. After those 3 early wins on the season, cold spell, and did not pick up his 4th win until last week at Texas, but now looking to go back-to-back for the first time this season. And
that was close.
Yeah, we'll breathe. We'll breathe a sigh of relief, which I'm not. Maybe Ryan Kelly had it under control the whole way. Maybe he was just having a little fun coming out of the bus stop. But that is, it was a little sketchy. A little sketchy for my take.
When you see tire streaks on the pavement coming out of a corner, he's lucky he was able to save that car, and doing a good job and trying to finish it up here. Did lose a little bit of time there before that, but just only 1 final corner here remains for number 13 as he rounds here. Gives it a little weave. Barney up there waving the flag as he brings it down here for another win at Watkins Glen. Ty Marasco in P number 2 go across the line, and then Mike Hasty was back there just a little bit. He's still working his way around, so wasn't quite as close as I thought he was.
He's pretty much got a full lap to go yet, because he was just shy of going a lap down, so he's almost got a full lap. He just got the white flag. But a great run for this man right there, the 71, coming back from starting in the pits to come all the way up there to finish in 4th, unless something happens to Mike Hasty on this last lap. You never know. But Ryan Kelly is going to take home the win here tonight. Ty Marasco in 2nd. Then you got Eric Blunt is done and dusted in 5th place. Cole Spalding, John Garrett, Robert Kahn, Michael Taylor, and Gordon Larson for your top 10. Only a couple of cars still out there getting around this thing, and that is Mike Hasty now in the penultimate corner. You see in the distance back there, that is Brandon Muir, and how much ground he has made up here to the field. A great run but going to come up short of the podium here as Mike Hasty is going to round out tonight's podium, coming out of that final corner, finally getting the checkered flag here. He's going to come home in third. Brandon Muir is going to finish this thing in fourth. Rest of the field, Tyler Hilton is going to come home in 11th. Todd Merkel, Cade Green, Michael Pratt, DJ Mitchell for the top 15. Then you got Robert Smith, Hilton Young, and Colin Allman for your 18-car field. Once again, thank our sponsors, Goldline Guardians, Fort Worth Screen Printing, and Hilton Crafts and Designs, as we will get our drivers in for their well-deserved interviews here in just a moment. But Jimmy, your final thoughts here from pretty good race here at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, I know a lot of drivers like to get a little bit of a variety. Obviously, there's some drivers that enjoy road racing and using these cars. So out here tonight, a few of those drivers kind of shown that they can get around here left and right, and some maybe improving for maybe the next time they show up here in New York at the Glen. But yeah, it's a great race here tonight. Great showing. There was no diving, or we've seen some good moves and good passes and people giving space. So it's what you want to see, and a few mishaps, but that's going to happen regardless of the size of the field. You're going to have somebody run off the track, or you're going to have somebody spin out. It's a very unique and tough type of race for these drivers that are typically used to just turn on left.
Ryan Kelly parking it on the front stretch, and a fifth win on the season for Kelly as he gets it done here tonight. Ty Marasco, a great job. He qualified on the pole and did everything he could to hang with Kelly. And I guess, Jimmy, at the end of the day, the fact that he didn't take tires all night long, and Ryan Kelly took a new set of tires twice. I mean, Ty Marasco only finished 4.7 seconds behind. So a heck of a drive, a heck of an effort there from the one. But he'll be one of the three that we talk to here tonight, as we're gonna force Mike Casey to come up there in the waiting room. And Jimmy, he's gonna be your first interview here tonight. The third place finisher is gonna be the 72 of Mike Casey.
Hey, Mike, Jimmy and Carl up in the booth. Do you copy?
I do copy. How you guys doing?
Pretty good. Good to have you up in the booth here, and to kind of see how you're doing out there tonight. But first, before that, we want to say congratulations, man. Great run, and you pretty much had a great qualifying tonight as well, and able to get that 72 here on the podium. So give us a little rundown of your race. How was Watkins Glen for you?
I'm not a road course guy, and I got a really good qualifying lap. I was really happy with that, and I just tried to stay clean, stay on track. I feel like most people kind of ruin their own races in these kind of things. So I just try to stay on track, stay clean. I knew where I had to pit. I had it all worked out from practicing. It felt good. I executed. Everything was fine. It was great. I'm not a road course guy. These two were aliens. I mean, Ryan almost lapped me. It was ridiculous. He is so fast. So congrats to him on that. I don't know how those guys run so fast, and I'm just happy to be talking to you guys. First time this year.
Yeah, first time this year on the booth. As I said, welcome up here. It's great to get a chance here and get that 72 up where it belongs. We've seen you have some pretty decent races throughout the season, and we've seen you have not so good races as well. But tonight was one of those ones where you had a great one, and take them when you can get them, and you did a fantastic job. No matter how fast them aliens out there, there's probably somebody faster.
Well, there always is. So I appreciate it. Thanks for saying that. I will say that I've had some pretty bad luck this year, but most of it's my own doing. You get frustrated, you get behind, you think somehow you're going to make up time. You're not going to make up time. It's so hard to get out of your own head. So I came into this expecting to be slow, and therefore I drove just nice and conservative. I didn't try to get over my head, and it paid off for me. So maybe a lesson there to be learned.
Sometimes that's all it takes, just the consistency and smoothness of the throttle inputs and brake inputs to get that car to finish up here on the podium. So again, congratulations on your finish here tonight. We'll give you some time for any shouts you might have in at number 72.
Yeah, no, appreciate it. Always thanks to you guys. I watch it back every time. You guys do an awesome job. I want to say congrats to Ryan and Ty. Those guys just killed it. Aliens. When you see them, tell them I said aliens. And the whole field we couldn't even try to compete with that. So kudos to those dudes. And then everybody that was in our chat, Brandon, Gordon, Eric Blunt, and Hilton Young was in there with us too. Just want to shout out to those guys, always helping out, keeping our heads level and cool. And that's really all we do, hang out on a Thursday night and have a good time with the fellas.
Well, that's what it's all about. Again, congratulations, man. Thanks for the shout outs. I'll let you go celebrate this one with your friends and family.
Appreciate it. You guys have a great night.
You too.
As your third place finisher here tonight, Mike Hasty in the number 72, and definitely good points night with Kilroe not here tonight. Second place here is going to be your pole sitter, and coming home in second, the one of Ty Marasco. Ty, I guess the first question I got to have for you is, did the crew forget to get the tires off the hauler, or are you maybe saving them for the rest of the season? What was the deal here tonight, not taking any tires?
I thought that might have been the strategy. These road courses, you can get away with the tires lasting longer. It seemed to plateau. Obviously he took 4, Ryan took 4 in that first, so I took none, and had about 5-6 second lead. Caught me pretty quick in 5 laps, and once he passed me, he didn't really pull away. So, and I was just in. So, I mean, I feel like the tires did plateau a little bit, like after 5 laps, but I think those 5 laps helped them. And then towards the end, I kind of just lost all I just lost all the braking power going into the corner. Like I couldn't attack the corners like I wanted to. Had to back them up, so it slowed me down a little bit. But I thought about taking them on the last one, but I was like, I think I'm going to cut too much time in pit road doing that. So I figured my best chance was to not take them. And then we were pretty close to each other until I got kind of trapped behind the 2 lap cars, going in the 1 and then up the S's. And then he kind of gained on me. And then I kind of just backed it down and made sure I made it to the end.
Yeah, I mean, all that said, the fact that he took 4 tires on the first stop, and I believe took 2 tires on the second stop right there. The fact that you took no tires, backed it off, had the issues with the braking, you still only finished less than 5 seconds behind him. So, I mean, he still had a heck of a pace out there in the 1 tonight.
Yeah, really fast number 1 Ford Mustang tonight, and it just, I felt like coming in here, and I mean, put it on the pole, so we knew we were quick, and I knew it was probably going to be between me, Ryan, and Colin. Colin bowed out early, and then it was between me and Ryan, and he just had a mistake-free race. He didn't really make any big mistakes. I mean, I don't think I made too many mistakes other than maybe not taking tires, but I mean, besides that, yeah, being 5-second gap at the end, it probably could have been closer, like I said, but the tires can hold up. I mean, but they were pretty worn at the end.
Well, a good finish here tonight, either way, and a good start with the pole as well. So congrats on the success here tonight at the Glen. Before we let you go and get out of here, who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
I'd like to thank you guys. Everybody puts us on. Tim, great job. And all the sponsors that help us out here. And my teammates that are non-existent tonight, but it's okay. But hey,
who needs them?
Yeah, who needs them? But I put on the pole, and shout out to Ryan. It was pretty good racing with him, and we were side by side for a couple times during the race. And I thought for a second we were going to lap the field for a second the way we were going, but it was pretty fun out there with him.
Once again, congrats on the success here tonight. We'll let you go celebrate. We'll see you next week at Dega.
Yep, thank you.
That's your second place finisher here tonight, the one of Ty Marasco. Last but not least, your winner for the 5th time this season. It's going to be the 13 of Ryan Kelly.
Yo.
Hey, Ryan, Jimmy, and Carl up in the booth. You copy?
I got you.
We'll read you loud and clear. Tonight, another fast number 13 started on the front row and was able to get around Ty Marasco, and then just kind of walked away a little bit. Then he caught up to you. You guys had that pit stop change, and he had a tire strategy he thought would work. Was able to get out in front of you. You chased him down, and then got back out front, and it was pretty much all said and done here tonight. Looked like a pretty smooth ride here tonight, except right at the very last bus stop, it looked like you had some trouble, but you collected the car and brought it back home here in first place. So we want to say congratulations for getting another win here yet with VVR, and give us a rundown of your race and how it was out for you for that 13 from your point of view.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. The start of the race there, starting on the front row, definitely helped with breaking away there. I think there was a incident there on the first lap that let me and Ty and Colin, I think it was, get away from the pack a little bit. So I think that helped there in the beginning with the track position and kind of just focusing on Ty there. He was really quick tonight, and once I got by him, I wasn't really able to pull away, and he stayed with me all race, and I was looking in the mirror there all race, and yeah, he told me before the interviews there that he took no tires on both stops. So I think that was what gave me just a little bit of the advantage tonight. He was really quick, and I think if he took tires there, we would have been battling to the end. And yeah, I was just trying to keep the lead there, knowing I had the tire advantage. And then yeah, he caught that hit that curb at the end there and almost looped it, but was just pushing hard to try and get through those lap cars and make sure nothing happened and just be safe for the end of the race. But I had a lot of fun tonight. It was a fun car track combo, and I'll miss the next couple of weeks, unfortunately. So it's nice to get a win tonight.
Well, it's unfortunate that we won't see you in the upcoming weeks. Here is only a few more races here with the Xfinity Series before this season's all said and done, and then I think a small break, and then they'll be out here with the trucks. But hopefully you'll be able to be back and get a few races in before the end of the season. If not, hopefully we see you the following season. But we want to say congratulations, man, on the awesome run, getting it done here tonight, and give you some time for a shout outs on that number 13.
Yeah, just all the guys that put on the league. You guys are putting on a great show, and all the drivers tonight, and my teammate Todd Merkel. And hopefully I can make some more before the season ends, or I'll see you guys next season.
Roger that. We again appreciate the shout outs. Again, congratulations, and we'll let you go celebrate with your friends and family.
Appreciate it, guys.
Yes,
Thank you.
That's your winner here tonight, and for the 5th time this season, the 13 of Ryan Kelly getting it done here at the Glen. Once again, I want to thank everyone out there for tuning in here tonight. We still got the Core GT Series going on right now at Brands Hatch if you want to check out some more racing here tonight. But other than that, that is going to do it for another week here at CRN. I want to thank everyone for checking in. We got another race coming up on Sunday night with 191 Motorsports to start off another week. But for myself and Jimmy from Watkins Glen, we'll see you at the track.